Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. This look is really long because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out and I was really stressed, but it worked out the end because I pushed through. So here it is. Hope you like it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I did this simple look here using, again, the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is the original palette and I used the berry tone shades in this palette to do the simple ombre eye. If you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Brandy, there's no one there. I was watching a video and a dog barked in the video and she can't handle it. Brandy, there's actually no one there. It's okay. It's okay, girl. There's no one there. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and deal with that. Brandy is a beagle, by the way. If you haven't met her, I have a furry friend tag up on my channel where you can meet my dog. I'm just gonna start, even though she's woofing. Brandy, I'm filming a video. She's just hanging out with me today because I'm pet sitting her. I'm just putting on some primer onto this brush and then I'm going to put this on my face. This primer is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer and it just looks like this. As I'm just going to be popping that on my face. That's probably too much, but I don't care. Brandy, it's okay. Is this too much Brandy in the video? Sorry if it is. And then I just kind of buff it out from the center of the face to the out parts of the face. So most of my pores and stuff are obviously in the middle here, like around my nose, my T-zone, on my cheeks and stuff, at the front of my cheeks, around my nose, and here around my mouth, my chin, these kind of areas. So that's where I work most of the primer, and then with the excess on the brush, I buff it out to the outer areas of the face, but there's not that much primer left on my brush, to be honest. But yeah, it's an okay primer. I'm actually trying to use primer more because I actually never reach for primer. I'm just not a primer kind of gal, but yeah, you know. I'm just hanging out with Brandy today because my parents are at my sister's house. So, yeah. This is actually the first time I'm using this foundation. This is a Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour Comfort Serum foundation with SPF 20. I thought we'd stopped woofing. I'm going to use 3 pumps because let's go crazy. I feel like 1, 2, 3 pumps is perfect. Hey, she's come into my room. You gonna hang out with me? You finished woofing? Did you realize there was no one there? Or she still thinks someone's there? This shade is 103 True Ivory, and I'm just buffing it over my face with this Real Techniques buffing brush. This is one of my favorite kinds of brushes. I actually really think Rimmel foundations are underrated, especially at the drugstore. There are so many foundations that people talk about, and I feel like the Rimmel one is not talked about enough, considering especially how affordable it is, how accessible it is, and how good it is. The undertones of the shades I feel like are really good for my skin tone. They're not too pinky for me, and I feel like they have a decent shade range. Most of my friends can find their match in the Rimmel foundations, and I just really like the Rimmel foundations. They don't smell wacky except for that one matte one that I don't really like. This is my first time trying this one though, so let's see if it's good. My skin feels quite tacky at the moment. I guess maybe because I also put on primer, and also I'm a bit sweaty right now, not gonna lie. Under these bright lights, it can get kind of hot. Also, I'm breaking out on my chest. There we go. It's a bit better. Yeah, I have just one breakout on my chest. It's so rude. Maybe I'll conceal it later, but yeah, anyway. This is a bit kind of even now, but there's kind of streaks through my foundation. So what I do when there's streaks in my foundation is I just kind of pat over those streaky areas and stipple with the brush, and that kind of makes the streaks blend away, and it kind of evens out the finish of the foundation a little bit more. I also feel like if my foundation stays streaky, if I use powder, I can often fix it up when I'm powdering my face. I'm just going to grab this concealer from Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and I have the shade 100 Ivory, and I'm just going to be popping that under my eyes here. Should I do that TikTok way? I've never actually tried that. They do here. They probably don't use an applique like that though. They use a little doe foot, not this huge fat thing. I'm also going to do my nose like that. Maybe up on the forehead too. Whatever. I'm just going to go in with that same brush because I'm not actually doing the TikTok way. I feel like I've already messed it up. You know, I don't hate the TikTok way. I don't know if I did it properly. I didn't. I definitely didn't. So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. But, you know, I do have hope for it, actually. Maybe I should try it out. I feel like I look really pale today. And it might be this tank top. I'm unsure how I feel about this tank top because I kind of feel like it washes me out a little bit. Like maybe it's not as good on my skin tone. I feel more confident in this tank top when I do have like a tan, like whether that's a fake tan or a real tan. I just feel like this tank top looks better on me when I have got a bit more color. And my tan, I feel like it's fading right now, which is really sad. Summer's over here. It's now autumn, which is what we in Australia call fall. I'm just powdering my face with this light cocoa powder from the Too Faced chocolate cocoa contour kind of chiseled to perfection face contouring and highlighting kit, and I'm using this Nude by Nature like mineral face brush to buff that into the areas of my face that I would like to be set, which is everywhere. I'm just breaking up the powder with my nail because it's like major pan, so it's really difficult to get the product out of the sides of the pan there. So when that happens to me, I just like go in with my nail and like scrape off the product off the sides of the pan so that I can actually get access to it. But this brush is actually really good and I totally recommend it if you can access it. I'm not sure if you can buy it overseas, but Nude by Nature is a very available brand here in Australia. They're always on sale at like Chemist Warehouse and Priceline, by the way. If you want to get them on a deal, you can. That's where I always buy my drugstore face stuff, is at Priceline and Chemist Warehouse when they have those sales. I feel like my foundation was like quite tacky before and now it's like set better now that I've done that. I actually quite like the finish of this foundation. It's kind of, I don't want to say jelly, but it's got like a serum-y kind of, not serum-y, I don't know, it feels plush, it feels healthy. I kind of like the way it sits on the skin. I'm into it. I can hear my parents coming home, I think. I don't know if it's actually them or if I'm just imagining things, but I think my parents are coming home. I'm going to be using the Cocoa Contour. Hey guys! I'm just contouring my face a little bit with the Too Faced little contour kabuki mini brush that comes with the palette, and I'm going in with this shade called Medium Cocoa, and I'm just taking it through the cheekbones on my face, just like kind of taking it in a stripe, and then I'm going to blend it out afterwards. I'm probably going to use the mineral face brush that I used as well, just to make sure it's like super blended. But yeah, this brush is really soft, really high quality. I do like it. It's really difficult to use this palette though because there's like nothing left in the sides here. I'm like trying to get like this tiny amount of product out. I love this palette, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to use as it gets panned. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's not as easy anymore. I always love when the pans are like full and I haven't hit pan yet, even though it's not like as satisfying. Like I feel really satisfied when I hit pan. It's just easier to use the product when it hits pan like this. Like it is super satisfying and I'm like, yay, love this product. I got so much use out of it. But it becomes so difficult to use. This side looks really wacky to me. Let's fix that up with a bit of blending. If my like bronzer or contour looks too wacky, I go in with my powder brush or my foundation brush and just kind of blend around the area until I'm like happy with it. That's how I like save it usually. Sometimes I just don't save it and it just looks kind of wacky, This is like in my mind my better side, so I'm always happy with the way I look on this side compared to on this side. That's also why I set up my camera. Like my camera's on this side of myself, like it's here so that you can see this side more. It's my preferred side. Do you have a better side? My better side isn't like crazily different to my other side, but like it makes a difference in my head. Also, my smile is different on both sides. I don't know if you can tell, but this side goes up and this side, like, I don't know, I feel like it looks like this. It doesn't, but like, it doesn't like go up in a point the way this side does. I don't know, it's kind of in my head, but I feel like it's real. Don't feel bad though if you have like a side that looks different to your other side, because like at the end of the day, you look fine. I'm sure you do. Like at the end of the day, it's my smile. I'm not mad about my smile. But yeah, I've just taken that on my forehead as well. This is ridiculously hard to use this product at this point. Maybe I should just stop using it. No, I always use my products till they're totally gone. I'm really good about that because I feel like it's wasting products if I don't like use them till it's like totally entirely panned. It is satisfying as well when it's like totally panned. I just feel like, proud of myself for working through one product before starting on another. This product is so nice, so I'm really excited to get into my new version of this palette. I did buy a replacement version, so when I use up this one, I'm going to crack into the updated version, which has no Pop of Light shade. As I've mentioned many times on this channel before, the shade Pop of Light in this palette is so useless for me. Like, I never use it. It's literally like the same as light cocoa with strange little micro glitters that just kind of aren't intense enough to make it look like you have highlight on your face, but aren't subtle enough to like just disappear, so it looks like you have like weird like glitter particles all over your face. By the way, I'm just bronzing those same areas that I just went in with dark cocoa, which is the shade down here, just to add a little bit more warmth and bronziness. I look crazy right now. I usually don't bronze with such a precise brush, so this is not it. Is this going to be the worst makeup I have ever done on this channel? I really hope not, because that would be really sad. Let's fix this up a bit. I try and like, if I'm starting a tutorial, I try and like go through the whole way. I don't like, you know, give up. Sometimes as I'm doing the makeup, I'm like, oh, I kind of hate this, but I don't want to give up on myself and like quit the tutorial, because then, you know, then I'm a quitter, and I don't want to be a quitter. So I want to be a blender and a saver, and I'm going to be a worker througher. So that's what I'm going to do today. But yeah, how are you guys? What are you up to? Hope your family and friends and loved ones are all doing well. Let me know in the comments below what's happening for you. What have you been up to today? How's the weather where you are? Today was a very nice sunny day here in Sydney, Australia. And then it kind of was a thunderstorm last night. And so it's going to be a thunderstorm again tomorrow. I'm just going in with some blush. This is the MAC Desert Rose blush. Just looks like this. Really nice neutral blush. And I'm just going to be taking that. Well, it's not that neutral. I don't know. It's like a naturally rosy blush. And I like to over blush. So I'm going to be putting on way too much of this on my cheeks and just taking that up really high up into my temples almost with this brush from Real Techniques. And I just love buffing this up around. It's kind of like a matte blush. Excuse me, I needed to do that. And yeah, I'm taking that on the forehead as well, just so that, you know, all over the face it looks like an even wash of color. I'm not like just blushing on my cheeks, you know, it looks like actually a bit more natural when I do that, I feel. I'm also taking that across the front of the cheekbones, just a little bit just across the front of the cheeks, under the eyes even, just so that it looks like it's like flushed everywhere. Don't worry, it looks very intense now, but when I highlight, it'll kind of take down how intense it looks, so it'll look a little bit more natural. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do for that. I might just like take a little bit of my foundation brush just to take down how much I put on my nose. Let's do a little bit of nose contour, because I always feel cuter when I do nose contour, and I need to feel a little bit cuter right now. So I'm just taking this angled eyeshadow brush from Real Techniques. I'm taking that shade Medium Cocoa from the Cocoa Contour Palette. I'm going to be taking it across the tip of my nose just to shorten it. See, I feel a little bit better already. Guys, I had a nightmare last night and it was not fun. It was really scary, to be honest. I really like mermaids, but they were like I don't want to say zombie mermaids or skeleton mermaids. I don't know, it was just really scary. And I didn't like it. So yeah, I had a nightmare last night. I hope you guys don't get nightmares regularly, because I don't actually. It was just kind of like a one-off and it really scared me. I don't like nightmares. It's too much for me. Now I'm just going to grab my finger and go in with that shade Light Cocoa, which is that light shade, and just take it down the nose as well, just to bring a bit of lightness back to the nose. Okay, I'm kind of happy with those face products. Let's highlight for a bit now. I'm going to be taking the palette that I'm going to use for my eyes. This is the Too Faced Cocoa, not Cocoa, oh my gosh. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, just the original one. I'm going to be taking this shade down here called Champagne Truffle, which is the large pan in the palette. There's a matte large pan and a shimmery large pan. The shimmery large pan is called Champagne Truffle, and it is absolutely stunning. I'm going to be taking this little angled setting brush from Real Techniques. I use that as a highlighter brush, and I'm just going to be taking this shade on the tops of my cheekbones, and as you can see, it's really taken down how intense that blush looks and just kind of evens out the look of the whole cheek. I take my highlight all over just like this in a big sweeping motion, and just kind of creates a glossy cheek. I feel like it looks so cute. I really like this highlight. It's kind of got like a light pinky kind of look to it, but not too pinky. It doesn't pull too pink on the skin. I'm not really a fan of like highlighters that are too icy or too frosty or too pink, and this doesn't look too frosty on the skin. I'm actually happy with this. Like, I don't know, if you're like a medium skin tone, like I'm like a light to medium. I'm light right now, but sometimes I'm like not as into lighter highlights just because I feel like they can pull too icy on the skin. I don't feel that from Champagne Truffle in this palette. I'm also going to be grabbing this little, what's this called? A shading brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to be taking that same highlighter down the center of the nose, across the tip of the nose, and I'll be doing the Cupid's bow as well with that. Now my phone says my storage is too low, so I'm going to disappear, delete some stuff from my phone, and come right back so that I can keep filming. Okay, I'm sorry if the camera angle has changed too much, but I've deleted some stuff off my phone, so now I can keep filming. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to pop on some eyeshadow now. I'm going to start off with this, like, I don't know, it's like kind of like a concealer brush, like a base brush, just from Real Techniques. And I'm going to go in with this shade here called White Chocolate. It's that matte large shade in the palette. I'm going to buff this all over the eyes just to set a nice bright white base. If you can see that, it's just like a really bright base, and I'm going to blend it out so that obviously it's like diffused at the edges. Okay, when I use this palette, sometimes little bits of it get in my mouth. It tastes yummy. Is that too much information? I don't know. Surely other people feel like this too. It's just such a yummy palette. I swear by the Too Faced chocolate formula. I wish they bring out more chocolate products because I would eat them all. Not eat them, I would purchase them all and just enjoy them all. Okay, next I'm going in with this shade called Milk Chocolate, which is this shade here. It's like a matte, kind of medium toned, like it's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's like a mid-toned brown. I'm going to be using this little base shadow brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to take that through the crease just to give a little bit of definition to the eye without like really creating too much shape. Just a little something something to bring back shadow to my crease. What did you guys eat for dinner today? I had something really yummy. Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe you're watching this in the morning. Maybe it's not dinner time. But it's nighttime for me right now. And so what did you guys eat for breakfast if it's the morning? Or lunch if it's the arvo? I just had dinner and it was really yummy. I had an egg. I had some vegetables like some broccoli and stuff. And then I also had my favorite part, which was my mum, she like grated up sweet potato. I think she grated up a bit of carrot too, and she just like cooked it all together, and like it was like caramelized. It was so good. Bless you. I think my dog just sneezed. But yeah, as you can see, there's like a bit of shadow on my eyes now. Nothing like too dramatic, just a little something something. Next I'm going to go in with this shade here called Strawberry Bonbon. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this matte light pink, and I literally never use this shade because I don't know, it's kind of like hard to use. It's not like the shade that I've reached for very often in this palette because it's so light, and I don't typically go for like pastel looks, but today I'm going to try. I'm going to try for you guys. I'm actually going to wet my brush just so that it picks it up a little better. I don't know. Hopefully this works. Oh my gosh, I never use a matte shade wet. Was that a silly decision? Maybe. Maybe it was. But yeah, I'm just going to pack this over the center of my lid. And then I'll blend the edges in a bit. Was this the craziest thing to grab a matte shade wet? Like, look at my palette now that I've like grabbed that. Sorry, my palette's really dirty. I use this all the time, so obviously it's kind of busted because I love it to death. Oh my gosh, should I have not done a matte shade wet? I never do that. Usually when I wet a shade and go in with it to like make it more intense, it's always a shimmer shade. Like this is the first time I've ever done this with a matte shade. Am I making chocolate clay mud right now? You know, maybe I want chocolate clay mud. Maybe they'll work out. It actually is turning up on my eyes though, so hey, maybe this is not such a bad idea. As you can see, I'm like really digging in. Some of the shades in this palette aren't as good. Like even though I say I swear by the chocolate formula, it's really delicious. I like the basic shades, like the chocolatey browns, the neutrals, the nudes, they do really well. But some of the shades in this palette in particular, I feel like Too Faced didn't really have their formula down to a T, and so some of the shades that are more colourful in here I feel like are more difficult to work with, just because they're not as like consistent as like the normal shades in here. The normal, like the neutral nudes and the neutral shimmers, like the mattes and the shimmers are good, but like some shades, like I find this blue hard to use, I find this pink hard to use, this green isn't like my favourite green, but I do use them, and I do think this is a really well chosen palette, if that makes sense. Like the shades in this palette are very well chosen in that you can get a variety of different neutral leaning looks out of this palette. I just kind of wish the formula was a little bit better, but you know, there are a lot more what am I saying? There are a lot more superior formulas that have come out since this palette, and I feel like when you pick up a Too Faced palette these days for like Christmas, like the new tin palettes that they do, they're a different kind of quality. I'm now going to take this shade here called Cherry Cordial, just on that same base shading brush that I used from Real Techniques earlier. I'm going to be taking this in the outer corner just to create that depth, and so I'm going to blend that into the pink shade, so it goes from like nothing to pink to Cherry Cordial on the edge. By the way, that pink shade, I can't remember if I said, it's called Strawberry Bonbon. I feel like the pink and the cherry together will be like really cute, like berry eyes. I actually don't like berries. Is that controversial? Probably. I don't like the taste of like strawberries. It took me ages when I was a child to get over that and like try a strawberry. I tried a strawberry again when I turned like 18, and you know, I didn't really like it that much, but at least I got the guts to try because I was really not vibing it. But yeah, I don't like berries as much. I do like other fruit, obviously. Like I'm really into fruit, but berries aren't my fave. I will eat like blueberries though, cherries though, but that is something that I've accumulated over time. Like at the beginning, I would not have eaten a blueberry. I would not have eaten a cherry. That's something that I like built up the courage to retry. And you know what? They weren't as bad as I'd hyped them up to be in my mind. So, you know, sometimes you don't think you're going to like something and you give it a try and you're going to like it and you're surprised. You're like, oh, wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really like the way these two shades pair with each other. They're so pretty. I'm going to add a little bit more pink just to like blend the two colors together. There's a little bit of creasing here. That's from my eye. My eye's kind of wrinkly today. It's not from the shadow. I wouldn't be like shy to like say the shadow is creasing on me. It's not the shadow. It's my wrinkly eyeball. I don't know. I've just been like a little bit dry on my eyes recently. I have been moisturizing though. I really swear by that vitamin E cream. I just feel like it does a lot for my dry eyes when they get too dry. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at that for a bit, and I'm going to blend some highlight over the front portion of the lid. So I'm going to take that little, what's this called again, shading brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to take the shade Champagne Truffle, which is that champagne-y pinky shade that we used as highlight earlier. I'm going to be taking that through the entire front third of the lid. So blending it from the inner corner, brightening up the inner corner, under the inner corner there just to really brighten it up, and then blending it into that pink shade. So it goes from Champagne Truffle to Strawberry Bonbon to Cherry Cordial, and it's like in thirds, so the whole eye is like a little Napolitan. It's like one of those ice creams, you know, those 3 flavor ice creams. Love those. Anyway, controversial though, because you know, there's pink in those ice creams. I don't know, when I was a kid and we'd be having that like 3 flavor ice cream, I'd always request for just vanilla and chocolate. I would try and skip the strawberry. Although the strawberry in those like 3 flavor things, it isn't that strong of a flavor of strawberry. Like it's just like a little bit strawberry. But still, you know, anything strawberry wasn't my vibe. My sister really liked strawberry stuff when we were kids, so if there's ever something that was strawberry flavored that I didn't want, I'd give it to her and she'd be so grateful. I feel like she didn't like banana stuff as much, so if there was something banana-y, I know bananas are technically berries too, but like you get the vibe that I mean. If there was something banana-y, she would give me the banana thing. I'm just putting some more pink on because I want more pink, more pink. I'm actually like really liking the way this is turning out. Can I get more pink out of this shadow? It's so difficult to use this. I've made hard pan by using wet brushes on this pan. Silly me. Okay guys, don't use wet brushes in this pan. It's not actually that good of an idea. It's kind of a silly idea. Just trying to blend out the edges up here, and then I'm going to go in again with Cherry Cordial on the edges just to deepen up the outside and keep it dark out there. Create a little bit of dimension, you know. I'm really liking the way that's turning out. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cute. And I'm going in again with this little, I always use this brush for blending. Like I don't usually take a product on this brush. Usually I just like keep it clean, and then at the end it's really good for like just mixing everything together with. I try and mix from the inside and then work my way to the darker colors though, so that way I don't take too much of the dark color to the inner corner like I kind of just did, but it's not that big of a deal. But like, shouldn't have done that. There's a patch here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe I'm just trash at makeup. That's fine. I'm going to take a little bit more highlight and pop that on the front here because it's just not bright enough. I want more. Okay, I'm like kind of happy with that now. That's kind of really cute. Guys, I like the way this turned out. I never used the pink shade because I'm scared of it, but I didn't hate it. I'm going to run away now, and I'm just going to do my brows. I'm going to do my liner, put on some lashes. I'm just highlighting my brow bone using that same shade as well there, just to like keep all my highlight consistent and matching and like bring forward the brow bone a little more. But yeah, I'll catch you when I'm fully face dressed. Okay, so my lash glue is still drying, but I'm glad I didn't give up on this makeup look because once I added lashes, I feel really cute. Also, my dad complimented my makeup. He was like, Emily, you have very nice cheekbones. And I said, thanks, Dad. I contoured them. I'm just going to spray my face with this NYX matte setting spray. I love to overspray my face because I'm cakey. My lashes are just some random ones that I bought from Taiwan, from like a drugstore there. I use the Duo Clear Lash Glue, so it goes on white, and you can probably see it right now, but it'll dry clear hopefully in a bit. I use the Colourpop Precision Brow Pencil and this Essence eyeliner pen. It's like a felt tip liner. It's not my favorite. I still prefer the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner, but mine's run out at the moment, so I need to replace that. I'm going to be going in with this L'Oreal La Vie en Rose collection lipstick, and it's in the shade Naomi's Delicate Rose. It just looks like this. It's just a really light pink. Yeah, this is the kind of shade I want. It's just like, should I go for a lighter pink? Like a pinkier pink? This is almost like a peachier pink compared to the eyeshadow. Nah, I'm just gonna go for it. I love the taste of the L'Oreal lipsticks. It's like very sweet and marshmallowy. It's just a gorgeous formula. By the way, if you can hear noise in the background, my parents are watching Shazam right now. I actually really like the movie Shazam. It's one of the ones that I like more from like the superhero ones. Anyway, I'm just going to find my center part because I'm a center part person. I heard there's a lot of drama recently about partings. Like people like side parts and people prefer center parts. You know, they're fighting it off. I thought that was really funny, but I'm usually a center part person. I don't know. I'm not anti side part. Like, I don't know. I feel more symmetrical when I go for center. I've always been a center part person. Maybe I should go for a side part more often. But yeah, this is the completed makeup look. I hope you liked it. I really liked the new foundation I used, the Lasting Finish 25-hour one. I'm sure it'll last really well. It feels really nice on the skin. And this shade match, 103 True Ivory, I feel like does suit my skin tone well now that I'm like, you know, caked up properly. I feel like it does balance out. Also, I wanted to say, I feel like I made this brush look really bad earlier. This brush is fine. It's just that, like, look how much product there's left in the sides of this palette. Like, this palette is busted. Also, this probably isn't good for, like, a diffused bronze look that I'm going for. This is really good for, like, chiseling and, like, shaping the cheeks. It's not as good for, like, buffing a huge area. So, probably shouldn't have used that for everything. But, we got there in the end. But yeah, this is the completed makeup look. Even though I said some controversial things about berries earlier, please, berry community, do not cancel me. I'm coming to like berries. I appreciate berries. I'm gonna call this like an ombre berry look just because it goes from like the strawberry shade into the cherry shade, and I feel like it looks really cute. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment anything you would like to see from me in future down below. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and hopefully I'll catch you in a future video very soon. I upload like really frequently. I just messed up my lash. No. Wait, let me fix it. Okay, yeah, it's fixed. But yeah, I upload very frequently. I'm uploading like almost every day, but I'm about to go away on placement because if you know me, I'm a nursing student, and when I go on placement, I'm focused on placement. So I don't know if I'll be uploading for the next 2 weeks just because I'll be on a little placement, but you'll catch me around soon. I will not be disappearing for long. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Bye!
Here are the afterwards close-ups of my face. Surprise, it's my eye. Yeah, hope you liked this video, guys. Hope you're doing well. Sending you love. Hope your day is going well. If not, hope it gets better. It's going to be a good one. Love you so much. Bye.